Did you know that a severe drought in the land of Israel led to one of the most remarkable archaeological discoveries ever uncovered in the Sea of Galilee? It is nicknamed the Jesus Boat because this ancient vessel dates back to the world of Peter, James, Andrew, John, and of course, Jesus himself.
Welcome to Faith Affirming Findings, a podcast dedicated to sharing with you
the incredible discoveries from the field of biblical archaeology.
These findings will strengthen your faith, affirm the historicity of Scripture, and provide you with unique insights into the culture and background of the Bible.
Now, here is your host, Associate Professor of Bible Exposition at Dallas Theological Seminary,
Dr. Paul Weaver.
In 1985 and 1986, the Sea of Galilee was drying up. A severe drought had drastically lowered the water levels, and while most Israelis were concerned, two brothers in their 30s saw as an opportunity. The Lufan brothers saw as an opportunity to explore the Sea of Galilee for hidden treasures. They were amateur explorers, and they knew when water recedes, history gets revealed. One morning in January of 1986, one of the brothers, while walking along the beach near Migdal, which happens to be Mary Magdalene's hometown, he discovered a pile of green, corroded bronze coins. When his brother met up with him there, he showed him a handful of green, corroded coins and said, "I found a place where ancient coins are just scattered on the surface." The brothers returned together to the very site, and every day they searched a little further down the shoreline. Then something new was discovered, a large iron nail, then another, and then they noticed a faint arc of wood in the mud, just a curve, barely visible, flush with the surface of the ground. But they knew this wasn't just driftwood. Something was buried, something big. They had discovered a plank of a boat, long forgotten, sealed and preserved in the murk and mud of the Sea of Galilee. What the Lufan brothers found was astonishing. A first-century fishing boat, later nicknamed the Jesus Boat. This vessel was discovered near Kibbutz Gennesar, southwest of Capernaum and northeast of ancient Migdal. Wood doesn't survive 2,000 years, but because this boat had been buried in the mud and murk of the Sea of Galilee, it preserved this ancient artifact. The Israeli antiquity authorities were then contacted, and an underwater archaeologist, Shelley Waxman, was assigned the task of excavating, preserving, and transporting this one-of-a-kind discovery. The wood was fragile. The clock was ticking. The team worked around the clock, 11 days and 11 nights. They enlisted the help of Orna Cohen, one of the world's leading conservationists, to protect the boat. They coated it in polyurethane foam, creating a custom protective shell. Then, amazingly, they floated the boat 1,600 feet along the shoreline to the Yigal Allon Museum. Over the next decade, special synthetic wax was slowly absorbed into the wood to strengthen and preserve this waterlogged wood. Finally, after over 10 years of preservation of this boat, it became available for display. Carbon-14 testing dated the boat to about 40 BC. Pottery was also found nearby, confirmed that the date was the same. The boat measured 26.5 feet long, 7.5 feet wide, and 4.5 feet deep. It was large enough to hold up to 15 passengers, or a fishing crew of 5 to 7. It was made of cedar planks and oak frames, exactly what we would expect from a Galilean boat of the first century. Why does this discovery matter? Because the Gospels are filled with stories about boats. Jesus called Peter, Andrew, James, and John while they were fishing, mending their nets. He taught from a boat. He calmed a storm from the stern of a boat. Jesus crossed the Sea of Galilee by boat multiple times. Once, he even walked across the water to a boat full of frightened disciples. Now, was this the very boat that Jesus used? Almost certainly not. But this boat does prove that the first century Galilean fishing boats matched the gospel accounts perfectly. These boats were large enough for Jesus and 12 of his disciples. This boat helps us to step into the story and see the four gospels with fresh eyes. The Jesus boat now rests at Yigal Allon Museum at Kibbutz Gennesaar in Israel. It's a powerful physical link to the world Jesus walked in and sailed in. It offers a vivid reminder that the Gospels are rooted in real people, real places, and real history. And that is your faith-affirming finding of the week. Did you know that this amazing discovery, along with 49 others, are discussed in my new book, Faith-Affirming Findings, published by Kriegel Publishing, and it is set to be released in the first months of 2026. So, depending on when you are watching this video, make sure to pre-order or order your own copy today.
Faith Affirming Findings podcast is a listener-supported podcast devoted to affirming your faith in the reliability of Scripture and illuminating your understanding of Scripture.
If you would like to help sponsor the Faith Affirming Finding podcast,
You can make a tax-deductible donation of any amount, large or small.
At faithaffirmingfindings.com. That's faithaffirmingfindings.com and click on the Give tab.
We hope you'll join us again next week for another exciting Faith Affirming Finding.